The boy accidentally hung on the cliff and heard Xiangqi's voice. He turned around at once. When the boy was about to fall, Xiangqi came in time that he looked at the steel pipe thinner than a toothpick. He hesitated for a while. Seeing that the boy called it hold on, Xiangqi had no choice but to slowly move forward. Unexpectedly, the steel pipe broke in the next second. This scene suddenly scared the companion next to him. As Xiangqi approached, the other end of the steel pipe also broke. Fortunately, the boy grabbed Xiangqi's tail. That's why he didn't fall. But he didn't wait for the two of them to calm down. When they were about to fall into the mud, the two of them suddenly stopped in the air. But Noon expected it. Xiangqi still had the ability to fly. As he tapped his wings hard, the two of them quickly flew up and safely returned to the cliff. But they didn't wait for Xiangqi to calm down. An anesthetic shot hit him. The hunter took his weapon and walked up. Everyone could only watch Xiangqi being taken away. The hunter loaded Xiangqi with a cage and drove away. When the hunter dreamed of getting rich, an unexpected accident happened. He only saw his back. The hunter was so scared that he didn't know what to do. When he was about to get in the car, Xiangqi grabbed the head of the car. He didn't wait for him to calm down. There was another one at the end of the car. They started to crash into the glass. At this moment, the top of the car suddenly slid down. It turned out that he had been surrounded by three Xiangqi. They surrounded the car. Just because the hunter snatched their child, he threatened them with the electric stick in his hand. Xiangqi didn't dare to go forward easily. Unexpectedly, at this moment, an old man suddenly attacked from behind. He snatched the electric stick from the other person. Xiangqi was able to escape safely. It turned out that in this desert, there has been a legend of the mythical beast Xiangqi. In order to catch Xiangqi, a group of hunters found a secret cave. Unexpectedly, they found Xiangqi's child. Xiangqi was about to be caught by the hunter. Xiangqi's mother picked up the child. She ran out of the cave. In order not to let them escape, the hunter fired a flare gun at them. Xiangqi's mother was accidentally burned by the flame. In order to protect the child, she had to fight with the hunter. When the hunter was careless, Xiangqi rushed out of the cave with the child. Unexpectedly, when they crossed the road, they were accidentally hit by a car. In order not to be caught by the hunter, Xiangqi's mother could only hide Xiangqi. She led the hunter away alone. At the same time, the boy was suddenly awakened by a sound in his sleep. He followed the sound to the warehouse. When he was about to enter the warehouse, a sound came from the lawn next to him. The boy was so scared that he fell back. Unexpectedly, he accidentally fell to the ground. When the grandfather came to the room, he found that it was a little white rabbit. What surprised him was that the boy was sitting there alone the next day. When he turned around, he suddenly found that a little Xiangqi was slowly coming towards him. The boy was so scared that he fell back. It turned out that Xiangqi just fell in love with his music. Looking at Xiangqi without malicious intent, the boy was no longer afraid. He also adopted her. In order not to let Xiangqi starve, the boy brought a few sausages. But looking at the sausages in front of him, Xiangqi couldn't eat them. He put them in his hand and tied them up. In order to thank the boy, Xiangqi led the boy to the attic of the warehouse. He also took out a box and put it in front of him. The boy opened it and found that there was an ancient mouse in it. When he realized that Xiangqi wanted to entertain him, the boy reluctantly refused. When the two of them were talking, a loud thunder suddenly came from afar. Xiangqi was also scared and fainted in the boy's arms. Not long after, she fell asleep. The boy woke up the next day and found that Xiangqi had disappeared. When he looked closer, he found that Xiangqi had run to the beam. Unexpectedly, the moment Xiangqi fell, she happened to fall in front of the boy's two companions. At first, they were a little scared, but looking at Xiangqi's cute appearance, the two of them also accepted this new friend. That's when Grandpa walked in. It turned out that Xiangqi was adopted by Grandpa. Because that night, Grandpa accidentally ran into Xiangqi and her son. He didn't expect that his license plate was found by the hunter. Soon, the hunter also followed the information of the license plate and found Grandpa's farm. In order not to let the hunters find out, they hid Xiangqi in the attic. The boy still accompanies her every day. In order to let her learn to fly, the children also jumped off the roof with a demonstration. But what they didn't expect was that Xiangqi was still found by hunters. They even used an anesthetic gun to pull her down. It turned out that the hunter just wanted to take Xiangqi away and lure them out of their family. But in front of the strong hunter, a few people couldn't do anything. They could only watch Xiangqi being taken away. Fortunately, Grandpa arrived in time and knocked the hunter down with one foot. Before the hunter had time, they drove the hunter's car and ran away with Xiangqi. Soon they came to Grandpa. When they ran into Xiangqi's place, Xiangqi sensed the familiar smell and ran to the front. The boy also followed Xiangqi to a cliff, but after Xiangqi's short farewell, Xiangqi went home. Unexpectedly, at this time, a tiger suddenly appeared behind the boy. Unfortunately, the boy could only climb to the water pipe. Unexpectedly, he almost fell down. Fortunately, Xiangqi came in time and saved him. But at this time, the hunter came in time again and shot the anesthetic gun on Xiangqi. Under the opponent's threat, a few people could only watch Xiangqi being taken away. But they didn't wait for the hunter to be happy for 2 seconds. Xiangqi's family came in time. In order to save the hunter, they could only take Xiangqi as a hostage. Fortunately, Grandpa arrived in time and stopped the hunter. Xiangqi was saved. She went back to her family again. After saying goodbye to the boy, Xiangqi flew with her through the sky. Soon the boy's summer vacation was over. When he got on the plane, he saw Xiangqi outside the window. It turned out that Xiangqi had never left the boy.